are live. What's up?
Whoa.
Totally. Uh,
Hi, everyone.
what's up, guys? Man, last week I actually forgot to talk about something. So the other day, I was just chilling on Long Island. Had about an hour and a half to chill because I went to the DMV, which surprisingly took like less than an hour. So that was awesome. But
Wow.
I planned for like a lot longer time to be there. So eventually I was like, okay, well, I went to DMV, I bought new pants, and that took way less than like the 4 hours that I thought it was gonna take me to do all this. And so I was bored, right? So I was like, where can I go for the next like hour and a half? So I was like, fuck it, I got my fancy AMC pass. I can just go to the movies. A nice little fancy AMC opened up at my mom's house. So I was like, what's playing? Nothing's really playing except the new Puss in Boots.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, you know
okay.
what's also playing?
Okay.
The plain Die Hard thing. That look.
And you know what's also playing is the movie I saw, but I'm not going to say it yet. Hang tight, folks.
Avatar.
I already talked.
Like honestly, one of the coolest movies. I mean, so far 2023 favorite
Awesome.
Favorite movie of the year?
Yeah.
I like Puss.
Ah,
Yeah, I was gonna
Like, I
say
mean-
I don't want to do this one on Toonular because I'm afraid we're gonna pop in the chat.
Yeah.
With
I,
Ben
I
here.
look at
love Puss.
It's so good though. Like the animation is like bonkers fun. It's somehow still funny for a movie, and it's sad. Like it's about Puss like losing all his last lives. So he's on his
No.
last like life or whatever,
Aw.
9 lives. So it's all about him dealing with his own like mortality
What?
and like while he had to go after this treasure and like
I will
oh,
cry.
it's amazing. It's like Antonio Banderas, Salma Hayek. I mean, and was it John Mulaney's the villain? It's
Ugh,
amazing.
that's fitting.
It's
I
so
don't
good.
like him.
So what is
Gotta-
the
You're not a John Mulaney
what is
fan?
killing the main characters like STDs? Like what is?
well, kind of. They do like a montage of all the stupid shit that he did that killed him, that he basically died from. So there's just like also like a montage of Push just like dying.
Oh.
But it's great. Like I saw this trailer for this movie and I was like, this is just some like whatever the fuck, I don't know, spin-offs. Because I never thought like the first movie I think came out in like 2011. Like why the fuck would anyone want to go see this
Yeah.
movie? But
I
yet
felt like those straight to TV kind of shit.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I thought, but
But like, do
not.
they
Whenever
mention
it's on
Shrek at
streaming,
all
you can do it.
on this movie?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of. Like they don't really mention Shrek at all. There's like a small cameo, but like you don't even like. Honestly, I didn't even think about it the whole time. I was just in it.
You
The
know, what a
movie's
perfect
great.
spin-off, right? Because, like, if you think of all the storylines to spin off on Shrek, Puss in Boots is perfect because the cat's adorable and it's voiced by Antonio Banderas. There's, like, no better combo.
He's the
And-
Leo
and
of movies.
Yes!
Yeah,
Yes! Yes! Perfect.
the Ann Jonas
There you go.
movies.
Yes. So,
I would have watched the life of Donkey and the Dragon. I feel like it's probably like Mario Children, right, guys? That you.
I mean, I'm sure.
I still want to know how they fuck.
Well, you know what?
Oh, Ben
James?
can tell you.
when a boy donkey loves a lady dragon, like they share a very special hug.
But do you think they fly?
Oh.
Like do they fuck in the air?
Yes. I mean, look, if you can fuck a thing that flies, like you're fucking in the air at some point. You know what? You
That's-
grow wings. You figure it out. Is
good for
what I.
them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, it's so weird. Even if you try to bring to like real creatures, well, what dragon would be, but like donkey is like a mammal, dragon. I guess like just like a reptile. I don't know if a dragon would be a new class of animals, and like one is like eggs, the other just have like the baby on uterus. So like how this would, I don't know. I know it's like even the creators like I'm not thinking of that because that's not a thing I'm gonna work on.
They're also like, yeah, there's a big size difference too.
Was there a...
So it makes a middle. This is like how Pokemon fucks. Like that's the thing. They share a common type, is all that is, and then they lay eggs. That's it. You can have
Yeah, but they all lay eggs on Pokemon. That's
Yeah.
the
Common
thing. Like a
type. There's
donkey
donkey and the dragon.
never lay eggs.
yeah, but
It's not-
dragons do.
Yeah.
You know, this is a really good question. If anyone in the chat would like to tell us how they think that Donkey and Dragon have babies, let us know. We'd be curious to hear.
I
what you think.
mean,
And also, it's the proof that size doesn't matter.
no, not at all.
No.
I bet you that fucking whole donkey fits in that dragon Puss in Boots.
That's how they do
He
it.
just goes in
Full Well, yeah. So, but seriously, Puss in Boots. I think it's like The Last Life or some whatever it's called. Awesome, and we're gonna watch
Beautiful.
it at some point. But everyone, go see it. How's it hanging over on the West Coast?
Yes, so it's going well. There is a movie that's out right now that you did not mention, and I was shocked that no one did, because I saw it this past weekend, and that movie is Megan.
Oh man,
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it is exactly what you'd expect, and it's worth the watch. Like,
yeah. I mean, it looked fun. It was just I saw it was PG-13, so I was like, yeah, I'll wait.
right,
You know,
and like
fun. I mean, like, did you see the Child's Play remake they did like 2 or 3 years ago?
No, I did not.
No.
I saw the original, Chucky
yeah,
movie, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah.
'Cause they did like a remake where he's like, which I actually don't think the remake's that bad, but they did one where he's like kind of like an AI thing now. He's like a
Oh,
robot,
cool.
And then this movie, right? It does like the same
Yeah,
thing, doesn't
yeah.
it?
it was-
I'm sorry, Aubrey Plaza plays the mom in the
In
new
Child's Play?
Chucky. Yeah.
I love her. So that's like that's a sell in itself. Yeah.
And didn't
Yeah, but Megan's blowing up though. It's made some
Yeah,
cash.
So
Seems
Megan
like
has first of all, I assume some of you have probably seen Get Out. Leo, I know you're not really a horror movie person, but yeah, have you seen Get
I've
Out?
seen
Too?
Get
Yeah,
Out.
Cool,
I've
okay.
seen
I'm just missing the last one. What was it?
Nope.
Right.
Oh, okay, so yeah, that's a really good one too.
Nope. It's also
So the Allison Williams, who was in Get Out, is also in Megan. I really like her. Yeah, I mean, you could wait till it comes on, streaming.
it's on streaming now.
Oh, okay, then you can watch it. Oh, so
It dropped like yesterday for some reason. Like
yeah,
surprise.
well,
It's on
so my
VOD.
future in-laws were in town, and like we're like, oh, let's let's all go see a movie together. Like we made it like an event.
Yeah, I mean that's what Megan feels like it is. It's like it's a PG-13 horror, but still kind of gross enough.
There
still
were
kinda-
kids in the theater,
For the whole
which
family.
yeah, they were literally
My mom's kids went to go see, it, and I was like, really?
yeah,
I was
it was
like, "All right."
a little much. There was like a kid that was kicking my seat, and I was like, come on, like I don't know, but regardless, yeah, I mean, I guess I could see a family watching it. It was kind of gory though at parts. I don't know. It was good though. It was a good movie. I'd recommend you guys watch it.
Produced by James Wan, who I always like James Wan movies.
Everything he makes is pretty exceptional. Yeah, or everything he's got his name on is exceptional.
I don't know about Aquaman though.
Oh, he's involved.
That
in
was
that?
kind of disappointing.
Yeah, he directed Aquaman.
That just shows how much
Yeah, I
attention
don't
I pay to
know. Aquaman's
Aquaman. I guess not enough. So I take back what I said.
I mean, it's horror. I'll stay with the
Anything
horror.
but Aquaman, yeah.
And Fast and Furious
Fast
7.
7's also like, yeah,
Fast and
That was
Furious
a good
7.
one.
just that.
isn't
Huh?
And Conjuring is my favorite movies ever. But well, I'm glad you saw Megan because I was probably gonna watch it soon. I was gonna go see it actually tomorrow, but then I saw it was on VOD, and I was like, all right, I'll just
Oh, yeah.
watch
yeah,
it at
sit
home.
on the couch and smoke dope and watch it. Like
Yeah.
that's
Well, that's
Wait,
like
is Megan like a CG or
No, I think there was an actress
So-
actually. I think they had
so
like
we can watch until the Toonular then?
oh
It's
no.
not-
No.
We're not
I
gonna go around the rules like Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing.
hey, there was 2 animated segments. It
No,
counts.
there's no.
I'm with Nicole. That doesn't count. You completely what is it? Fuck the family dog on that one.
Hey, I'm just saying the numbers are pretty high though. We got good listens
Yeah.
on that episode.
Yeah.
Also, if would something like Who Framed Roger Rabbits be included
Yes.
on something?
Yes.
we can-
Yes.
Count it
really
for
gotta
sure.
watch it.
That
That
and
movie
also
is so good.
recently too. I would count the Chippendales movie
Yeah,
that came
that was
out
a good
recently
The
one.
Post
too.
Malone song?
And
Like I would,
yeah,
yeah,
and
I guess, yeah.
Space Jam.
The new one?
yeah.
Well,
Space
Space
Jam, that'll
Jam
count.
doesn't count for
Not-
other reasons.
The new one's not great.
Yeah, not the new one. Old Space.
It's
old
still
Space
not
Jam.
good. It shouldn't count.
It's not. I'll admit the original Space
The
Jam.
Space
I
Jam
watched
hit.
it kind of recently. I agree it's not good, but it's very nostalgic and the soundtrack rules.
All right.
I need to watch it
remember-
again. I haven't watched this in a while.
Yeah, it's also been a long time since I've seen Space Jam, but I fucking used to love Space Jam. But
Yeah.
whatever. How's it hanging in Tennessee not watching Space Jam?
Wonderfully, as long as I don't have to sit through it again. Let's put it that
Wow,
way.
you feel so strongly about it.
No. I really have no feelings on Space Jam. I will tell you guys something funny though. When I used to work at Nike, right? There's the big research and development building there. Okay, it's named after the soccer player Mia Hamm. Are you guys familiar with
Yep.
Mia Hamm?
Yeah,
all right.
she was very popular in like the aughts. Yeah.
Yeah. So the R&D building and where Phil Knight's office is, the chief head man in charge of Nike, is in the Mia Hamm building. So down in the basement of it is also where they used to have the mailroom before they moved us into a whole that like laser etchers and whatever, and the old mailroom. Fucking, there was this big sort of break room. And as you would go to the break room, right before you would get there were the toilets. And right outside of the men's restroom were two Space Jam posters. So every time I had to take a dump on the clock, I would go and I would see Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny staring back.
Just the Air Jordans in some like case somewhere.
In the Michael Jordan building, they did. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
so
they have a building dedicated to him.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Because like Space Jam was a commercial that inspired a movie, right? It wasn't like a Nike commercial
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, let's just make into a movie now because people like
Well,
this commercial.
Ben, speaking of Nike and movies, though, do you hear that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are making a Nike movie?
yeah.
Really? No, I haven't. I stay out of the loop largely unless it's like when I went back to Oregon, I got a lot of inside poop from my buddies that are still there about some controversial stuff.
Inside.
So,
Oh.
yeah.
Who you think you're gonna play you?
Seth Rogen. Obviously,
It's gotta
Seth
be
Oh
Rogen.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Wait,
That's,
so guys, let me jump in here. Let's rewind. Ben, I want to make sure I have this setting correctly. You're on
Yeah.
the John, and on the back of the door is
No.
like, is it a stall? Okay.
No. As I would go into the bathroom, the last thing I would see before I opened up the
Oh,
door
Okay.
to walk inside the restroom was Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny. Right?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they weren't actually staring at you while you were doing your business. It was just right
No.
before. Okay.
That would be funnier, though. That
That
would be
I'm like, wow.
10 times funnier. Yeah.
Like if I were to use the loo and like there was a poster on the back of the stall and like just read like all the credits of the movie, that's enjoyable.
I don't know about that. Like,
Like, you hate it so much that it just helps you shit. You know?
it's I just punch a grumpy while I'm looking at Jordan.
But do you
and
hate
Bugs.
the movie? You think the movie shit because you always associate shit with the movie?
You know what? I think it could be a psychosomatic thing. I
you
think
go.
you easily could be right. But if Seth Rogen did play me in the Nike movie, which I think would be tremendous, he would play a mail boy turned recycling coordinator turned turned what is it? Like I used to oversee custodial contracts and the waste removal team. So basically he would be like a glorified mailboy turned garbage man, which
That's inspiring.
You know they definitely do a spin-off. They're already signing Seth Rogen for all the spin-offs. He's gonna come out of this movie.
Seth
Now
Rogen's
he go to
ready.
Trauma in New York and
and then
where there.
The poster's just him in his White Ranger, the Ford White Ranger car.
just
We
driving.
know you're ready, Seth Rogen.
That's that can be my only hope. That really could be my only hope. But no, I mean, pretty good. It's been a weird week up here. I found myself with more free time on my hands, so I'm working with Terry on some Where Dear. We finished watching through the assembly cut. We spent about 5 hours, all told, going over it. Took a shitload of notes. We're going to be
Hell
meeting
yeah.
up this weekend online again to kind of go over some stuff, which I think will be very beneficial as we work towards our fine cut. And then I don't fucking know. I'm going to end up coming to Leo for a couple of things. Just to let you know right here, right now, Leo, coming to you for a couple of
All right.
maybe
Now is the time.
now is the time. And then like, what is it? I'm helping draft Screen Dream, Adam Freeman. Yeah, another Weird Deer connection. He plays one of the hunters who gets his wiener ripped off. One of the 6 dicks we rip off. During the 3-guy circle jerk.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So he bought the rights to a movie from '89, and it was made by another Tennessee filmmaker, a guy named Donald Farmer originally, and fucking he's changed it, tweaked it, touched it, made it completely his own, and I'm helping put that into sort of a proper kind of script format from what I was given.
I know that you're the cinematographer.
Yes. Yeah, and
Yay!
I'm not a shooter. I told him that too. I'm not a shooter. And then he looked at the couple of 3 things that I've shot, and he's like, "Nah, you're a shooter. You can shoot it." I said, "Oh fuck."
I feel like if you're a director, right, could it kind of translate well into being a DP, or do I have the wrong idea?
I mean,
Yes. I would
Like
say
you know
yes
how to
and
frame
no.
a thing, and you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's
like-
way
it's a
more
lot of
than
tech,
just
like-
it's way more technical
Yeah.
than
Fair.
just like
Fair.
know what's the angle.
yeah,
Fair,
it's significantly more. Like you have to know
Oh, okay, wow.
these magnificent things called like f-stops. I don't know what one of those does.
Yeah, I mean, you ever see
Right.
Sam Zhang just
Yeah.
like running around?
I was
No
gonna say
reason,
like Sam right
what
now.
to do?
He's like,
He's shitting his
Oh
pants.
yeah,
Never listen
you
to
hate
that.
what I just said.
He's gonna get so mad. Yeah, it does go beyond
Sam.
framing. It does go beyond.
you
Like,
just gotta point and shoot and put like a memory card and autofocus. Everybody knows that.
Shoot it in camera.
You know what? Can I
camera.
just say
Darn, James, what? Camera.
Can I
camera.
rewind and try to defend myself? I'm sorry, Sam, if I insulted you. But directing to me is challenging. So it's like, but I feel like you understand like how a thing should look.
Well, yes
And
and,
then-
no.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
I
yes
mean,
and no.
again, it's one of those deals where it's like, as far as camera goes, there's such a level of like, what does light do? Where is shadow playing? How does light affect the frame? How does it affect the shot? Like, what are you sort of looking for? How does motion need to carry through things? You know, and then you have to know like f-stops, whatever. Again,
And actually, like lights too, to be able to tell someone, hey, put
Right.
this up over here.
Yeah.
right.
Rick,
Look at and you
wherever.
see my beautiful dynamic lighting for this show, right? Like that's
Yeah.
this whole
practicing.
half of my face is burnt fucking hot, and then I live in dark over here.
You can't even
It
turn
says
the
something
practical
about
on.
the I could, but I'm not gonna. It's about because house lights have to be off, right? Like it's about the duality of man. This whole thing is the duality of man.
I miss it. You did this different. That
Well,
was a
we
good
can
one.
get there before the end of this. Like I do have the hood ready to go.
Oh yeah, that was a good look. Is
Prop this up, and then we'll kick it over to Red as time goes. And get
I feel like with those headphones, you're more like Eminem on 8 Mile than a
that's a good vibe.
I'm spaghetti.
but but things are going good. I've got a little bit of time. I'm helping out another friend next weekend, not the weekend that this comes out, but the whatever we're watching next time. I'm helping a friend out with a like a teaser trailer for a thing that she's doing. I'm doing some art department on that. We're shooting back at the laundry tub, and just trying
Nice. Famous
the
laundry tub.
world famous movie studio inside of a fucking
I mean,
laundromat.
seriously, like, are we kidding? You know, like,
No, I mean,
to us,
no.
in a certain niche community, it is.
I mean, this will be outside of the stuff that I've done. actually, no. Fuck it. Let's include it. So we did the Were Deer teaser trailer there. We did the Were Deer feature there. We shot scenes for Cuck Island there. We've done a stunt teaser trailer for some people, and then this will be the fifth thing that's been shot inside my laundromat.
I can't.
There you go.
You know, the location most filmed in history so far is Central Park, and Laundromat is second place.
Laundry Tub in Westmoreland, Tennessee is coming up in a hot number 2.
There you
Let me
go.
tell
I
you,
can't wait till you get some nerds coming down to come just visit the location.
bro. If we ever get like weird Deer dorks to come out and to be like, this is where they shot it, whoa, I would be so happy. I would be so fucking happy. Like somebody takes their picture in front of the dryer we toss the baby into. I'm gonna be so fucking happy.
You have like the prop baby you keep at the laundry.
Do you guys want to take a picture with it? Here, you can put it in too.
Aw.
Everybody just starts mugging the fucking dryer. Yeah.
Yeah, be like $10 a photo though.
No, I mean, I got to make money somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way.
All right, but Leo, how's it hanging over on the other side of New York?
So before, I just want to throw this idea to Ben, like $10 a picture or a free picture after you wash and dry your clothes.
See, now you're thinking. You're thinking like that's it. You could get like a full bundle package, right? That includes a wash, dry, picture with the baby in the dryer, and then a tour of the back room where where we ripped all the dicks off of. And
There you go.
this was our blood tint, and this is where we had 3 men go. Ah!
You know what? We could throw in Sam O'Brien's. Actually, well, never mind. I was gonna say we could throw in Sam O'Brien's bikini top, but that would just be for one person, so I don't know how we'd make that work. We can find a way.
Yeah, but like people sell pieces of cross even like today. Like how big was this cross? For like centuries, people are like, oh,
just like a snippet, just like cut off little pieces for. You could have a piece of this red bikini.
But to that end, Nicole, what we could do is like literally, like I could get a couple of mannequins, right? Dress one up as Sam O'Brien. Dress one up
like they do at like the studio tours when they got like Batman.
The Museum of Image here. It's like this. They have a whole The Walking Dead now. I saw like our friend of the show, Romalo.
Hey.
Yeah, he went there.
Well, move over, Walking Dead. Where Deer's coming in to the Museum of Moving Image. We got
all the different costumes.
That's
we
what
get like
we're
Jazz's
gonna
like short shorts, like her jean shorts.
Right. You just have
Connor scientists,
different mannequins. We would have to get a beautiful wig for Connor's mannequin. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he's got gorgeous locks.
Yeah.
Shout out to Connor and his nice hair.
Beautiful wig.
So
all right, but Leo, how's it hanging?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so
we
usually no. Fuck what happened to
Is it hanging low yet?
I was gonna also say that usually I read the comments, but I don't want to read right now. I just want to say hi to Joey and Reeves.
Hi, Joey.
But like,
Nice.
yeah,
Is it Reeves or is it Rives?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's Rives.
I want to just watching. Never mind, Leo. It's your turn. Sorry. Go on.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, so I'm in between jobs, so that's why where dear stuff is coming, that now is the time. But I keep doing here and there like little freelance gigs. But if anyone want to hire an editor or I don't know, a PA or anything, producer, whatever.
Are you on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just my name Leandro Nazar. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me basically every social media. Not Be Real because I'm not on that one. I'm not a real person.
Fair.
I don't know how to be like as a photographer and an editor. Be Real is literally the opposite of what my job is. And yesterday I went to maybe it was like my first in-person event. This group that I joined like 4 years ago, like since the pandemic.
Oh, the Post Alliance.
Yeah.
Right?
So we went to a post house that it's like a new member of that. That was really cool. So most of the stuff they did there was mostly like comedy, like a lot of stand up and also a bunch of shows. Like they did like it's not that they do, but they rent the space for the companies to do that. But I believe they rented for all the seasons of Broad City.
Ooh.
It's like one of my favorite shows. So they have a bunch of like swags of like Broad Cities around there, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's sick.
Broad City is a
Um,
good time. Like if
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
if
funny.
people haven't seen it, Broad City is an absolute party, like from start to finish.
But at the same time, I don't know if it's better if at least at one point in your life you lived in New York, because
Things where it's like, I guess you're right, but I would think anybody who spent any time in like an urban environment, any sort of like urban environment, like could kind of get it. It's one of those things where like I guess you could say it's similar to like Portlandia in the fact of like if you lived in Portland, you would be desperately insulted.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch Broad City at first, because I was like, I'm not a girl living in the city.
you don't need to be a
You know,
girl, James. It's super
I'm sure
like the
Long Island
subway
worked at
scene.
PetSmart,
It's super
you know?
relatable, like the laundromat. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I
but,
feel like I
I
feel
go
like
to-
Because
get
like
more
if
now.
we watched that like right after this, close to our house here, this laundromat lost a bunch of Erin sock, her hoodie. That's like her favorite hoodie.
Oy.
And then the guy was like, yeah, but like we never make mistake. I just pull.
Or what the fuck do you call it? Or like dry cleaners.
No, it's
Laundry.
because like we drop usually.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
the same price,
that's
and
a
then
very
they're
New
gonna
York thing.
wash and fold for us. So,
Word. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah. I actually haven't watched.
it's super high. They have a whole episode that is a cartoon
Fuck, dude.
actually, and also was added on that place that I went yesterday. Maybe we can do that episode for Toonular.
Maybe we could. I'm not
They
against
get
it.
too high that everything becomes a cartoon.
That's amazing.
Forgot exactly what they use to get high, but anyway. And then usually at night, I just have to come home and be alone here because my wife is still working in Phoenix, and those annoying neighbors upstairs. Right now they're quiet, but like as soon as they're both home, they start like fighting all the time, and you keep hearing like kablam.
Leo. That was great. Yeah, we're talking KABLAM. Man, I don't know. Does anyone remember the show ever?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought I never heard about this, but then a lot of things were kind of familiar.
Yeah.
But still, like it was just familiar, but I don't remember specifics.
like, that's exactly what it is. It's KABLAM. It's what I want this show to be.
Is it though, James?
just-
Is it?
It's just the amazing wackiness. I mean, I'll get into it in a bit, but Nicole, what do you remember about this at all?
I'll tell you what I remember about this. I remember a bunch of cartoons, but the one that sticks out the most in my mind, or like the animated bit that stands out most, is, to be honest, like it's the first thing I think of. And I think it's by far the best segment. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's the only one that got actually a spin-off show.
oh, it did get a spin-off show. It was well deserved because I like went over to YouTube and like just started watching Just Action League now. Like, this is so good. I
The style of the show is just Chuckimation, where they just wiggle the toys and then throw them against shit.
have like, so James, I feel a similar way where like no wonder I watching that just like, yep, that's it. There you go.
I wonder if Ben
your
can
favorite?
guess which one is my favorite
Naked-
segment.
I
The
mean,
Naked Man's my
listen.
favorite.
Oh, the Flash.
What's your favorite segment is obviously Prometheus and Bob because it's the same here. I mean, it like
It's clearly the Asian alien.
yeah,
There you go.
this laid the groundwork for so much, and it makes sense to me that this would be like 96, right? And would lend itself to in what I guess first season of Ancient Aliens was what, like 2007ish, give or take, somewhere.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
2000.
So
I think
like this laid that groundwork. So kids that were watching KABLAM 10 years later are now 20.
Yeah.
And they're like, Prometheus and Bob, this makes sense. And it,
Do you think Asian Aliens is a spin-off?
yeah, 100% Leo. Yes. I am on board for that being.
It's just Prometheus and Bob is just such a like perfect, just like pitch for a show. They're just like an intergalactic odd couple.
100%.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Point.
Yes.
and there's no dialogue really. It's just an alien trying to teach a
But they're
caveman.
also-
stuff.
Do you guys know that they try to make a live action out of this?
What's that movie? Oh my gosh. What's that
Like
movie?
every movie they
like
Tommy Boy! That's it. That's literally Tommy Boy.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like reading and then I saw a video too. They said that like it was like two things. Like one, they kind of like lost interest, and then Chris Farley also like died. So and they end up
Rest in
not
peace.
doing this. But
Hmm.
I never
really?
watched that
That's
movie,
cool.
so I don't
For
even
the
know what part they-
Prometheus and Bob script, they transferred to.
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, that's what I saw here, but I don't know how that
I
translates.
just started laughing when Ben said that, and I'm drinking Golden State.
Gulliver's Travels is the thing that
I
I
don't
don't.
know.
I mean, they probably just took some jokes because I mean, he's kind of, I guess, I don't know.
I don't know. It say
I
here
really-
like, and much of the
What's the
script
Prometheus
was
is not cool.
reused for Gulliver's Travel.
This is ridiculous, Leo. I think now you're writing the Wikipedia articles. Is what I think's going.
How I'm writing this? I never even heard about this movie.
Oh my god.
But like just staying a little. Sometimes they say like, are they aliens really aliens, or they aliens us from the future,
Dude, that's a question like that.
or humans?
Right.
And like, how would he
Okay.
know? Like, oh, every creature in the space have the same stuff, like bowling, or like how to make a breakfast, or how to celebrate birthday, or playing.
Well, he's the alien that's trying to teach the human.
Or is he future human? Like, so Prometheus goes. I mean, that's what. Yeah. So
But this is made better than the movie.
Yeah, the
That
movie
movie
sucks. I just know
the
that was like
trailers
the
were
plot of the
better.
movie.
so
But that was like the plot of the movie, right? They were like, "Is this an advanced society, like the
Right.
future
Yeah.
humans?"
so
Those-
the years into the past from what we know as the present day to teach Bob, but we never know from whence Prometheus came. Like from where in time and space Prometheus comes from. We're never given that information.
That's true. I mean, we've seen other like alien, like with Prometheus
Yeah.
people come through, but so he's not like an
Exactly.
outcast.
Exactly.
You know, another theory I also have, because the caveman is more like what the Neanderthal,
Yep.
like what we as Homo sapien. What is the last one? Is Erectus sapien? I
No,
always
Sapiens.
forget, like-
I don't- there's no way I know.
Yeah, like we destroy all Neanderthals. So Bob did evolve eventually to become us because his species was deleted.
Right.
So my theory is, because we can see that the smartest person in that whole show is the monkey. The monkey is what is actually going to evolve to become the Homo sapiens.
Yeah, they perfect. That's evolution in a nutshell, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
That monkey's great.
I
Like
get
maybe my favorite
There's
character of
like-
that segment is the
There's like the one where he's like trying to teach the Prometheus trying to teach Bob how to like set a trap. So he sets like the meat on a hook and like the bedding down, and obviously Bob keeps falling in, they all keep falling in. And like the monkey like finally gets it, and this whatever giant saber tooth chases after him, and then he's like gone for a minute, and you're like and he gets away. So I mean, the monkey's he's definitely the smartest one there.
Well,
Yep.
I mean that's primates in general. I mean,
yeah.
Hell
There you
yeah.
go.
how could it like and
Actually, now Prometheus and Bob, those are
They're-
my two
they're-
favorites.
Honest, Prometheus and Bob is probably my least favorite. I'm so sorry to say that, but I feel like I
Don't
said
be
yeah,
sorry.
and that
We're
was
good.
I feel like I said yeah, and that was kind of misleading, so I had to toss that out there. My second favorite was what's her name? Looney? Loopy. Life with
Loopy?
Loopy. That's my second favorite.
Your Life of Loopy is awesome too. It's such a weird, cool,
The
just
style. Yeah.
like
Yes.
animation for it. Yeah, 'cause it's a mixture of like literally everything, of claymation,
Yeah.
2D,
Cardbox.
and like live
The
action.
amount of money that like Nickelodeon had at that time to be like, we're gonna put the coolest animation for like 2 minutes at a time in one show, like
Yeah, this
that
feels
is
like liquid
power I
television
want.
for like kids.
but like I almost got like an SNL vibe, and I guess I'm looking at the Wikipedia page and it does say sketch comedy because there's like the hosts in between and then like different bits, comedic bits. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, almost
that
like an
makes sense.
animated-
Um,
yeah.
Like I can see that. I think they take a break on Life with Loopy at some point. Like at some point. But Action League now, at least in what I've watched, and I skipped around, I bounced around, it seems to be like a total through line. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then actually now they're in all of them.
Sniz and what's his name?
Oh,
Fondue
Yeah,
and
that one
Sniz.
was fine.
That
It's just a bad Angry Beavers, in my opinion.
I loved Angry Beavers. Good reference. Yeah.
But that one seems to take a backseat at a certain point. Prometheus and Bob disappears for a few episodes. And what was the Loopy was the third? What was in the
Life-
original?
Oh, there was like I was the odd people.
There's like those kids with the popular being the evil.
Yeah, they're like.
Is there
odd
not
something.
Jet
What are they
Cat
called?
or something like that too?
Jet Cat shows
So that's
up later
supposed to be-
on.
Yeah, but Jet Cat's
Yeah.
there too. I didn't find it, but they had McDonald's toys, and I had one of the Action League. I have them somewhere. The Thunder Girl, like McDonald's action.
That
figure.
is really, really cool. I feel like you said it last time. I said the same thing. That's really
yeah.
cool.
I love the fact that they keep calling her Thunder Thighs. She keeps getting angry about it. And then in a couple of different little episodes, she refers to herself. She's like, Thunder Thighs, Thunder Girl. Even she starts to make the mistake. I thought that was great.
She's awesome.
I liked it when the what's his name? Meltman.
Meltman.
Meltman. Got the hot green, got a girlfriend now.
And she started.
Like how many of the same toys that guy? I feel like he created that show just to have an excuse to buy like all those toys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I should have looked up to where those toys come from, but definitely, and it feels like some like precursor to what Robot Chicken is.
Yeah. So
Has
James,
to.
so you asked me before who my favorite character in Action League now is, and I said the naked guy because I think he's so funny, the funniest one.
Flash.
Who's your favorite of them?
Oh, Stinky
Oh
Diva.
yeah, he's great. He's very funny.
Stinky Diva. But there's an episode where he has like a family like picnic on top of a toilet. That was
I missed that one.
Yeah.
That's such a funny thing.
picnic, and they set up a fence with like a grass on top of like the toilet.
Like, but whoever, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's like a ton of work that goes into every type of job in the world. Whoever had the job to like work on Action League now, I do really envy. That had to have
Right.
been
It clearly just had a house, and they just filmed
Yeah.
the rest of this art piece.
that. Like, it had to be a fun job. I'm sorry. I bet that was a pretty fun job. That's pretty awesome.
And my other favorite part about it is like the perspectives in the show. Like everything in the world exists normally except for people. Like the people are
See the episode where, wait, what's the naked man's name?
The Flesh.
the
The
flesh.
Flesh. Do you guys see? Oh, there you go. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that whole bit was so funny, and they like break into a house, and he carries this like really huge artwork, like just like what you said, James. And then like
Throw-
towards the end, his
smash it.
parents are like, yeah, his parents are naked. Yeah, his parents are naked, like driving a car. And they go under like a real life size bus.
Yeah.
That was
Because their
my
little
favorite.
car always gets run over at the end.
Yeah,
I
oh,
love
you're
it.
right. Oh my god, that
So
I mean,
Action League now is my favorite.
aired originally, there was a short, a couple of shorts in '95, and then it started with KABLAM in '96. And then if you look at Robot Chicken didn't pop up until 2005, which is like by a decade. And
I love.
I just love it. They're like, how can we like make these characters move without doing a lot of stop motion?
yep.
Just wiggle them.
And like
Can-
we the audience like love to see like exactly what you said, like the family on top of a toilet. You know, like it doesn't have to look real. It's very funny.
No, they just got the fence and grass, so you just get it.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought of you so many times when I watched, helped you out, but when you were doing oh god, why can't I remember the name?
Oh yeah, we were mapping out the underpowered
Yeah.
shit. Like
Oh, it's
Yeah.
we set up a map, and I got like 30 action figures, and we just played out
Like,
each episode with the action figures how they were gonna
oh, I
travel.
didn't know that.
across
That's
the country.
really cool. Oh my gosh, do you have those like I don't even know what they are. Videos anywhere?
Oh, we have like the photos
Photos.
of like the map we
Yeah.
made, because we made this map out of it and shit like that, and used it as a way to write each episode out. But yeah, toys together.
Hell
and,
yeah.
like,
That's awesome.
When you guys were kids, did you like separate, or did all your toys play together?
All my toys.
Oh,
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Like,
All my toys played
Yeah.
together, but I always had like the same. I had like the group of Power Ranger toys that I played with, and that was just like the ones that I was playing with for a minute. I always had like then had a couple gargoyle toys. So then I
Yeah, right. Like it's not like I would sit. The only thing that I would ever really like separate and play sort of exclusively as a kid in my grandma's house, we would always. It was like Star Wars City at that point. And
do you have did you have a
you
Falcon?
don't. Yeah, fuck yeah. I still have it. I think at my dad's house.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
it's got none of the pieces. My parents got it for me secondhand because
Oh, dude, that's fucking
but
sick.
it's you go back and you look at it and like as a kid you're like, oh wow, this is so much. But then you look at like what they did with the Lego Ewok treehouse and you're like, my old shitty Ewok treehouse is nothing in comparison to this amazing layout. It would come into like when I was playing He-Man, Luke, it's nothing for fucking Luke Skywalker to be in Eternia. You know what I mean? It was nothing for
Yeah.
fucking
That's crossing the
Han
line.
Solo and Chewbacca to like fucking show up. Like that. That's how I played. I would bring everybody together. Like
I would like to rewind back if that's okay. I don't know if are you done, Ben? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off.
no, go live your life. Talk.
So like the reason I feel like the reason there you go. That's how it works. The reason I think I love the Flesh, you're just like, okay, like I'm just gonna. So that felt very like, I don't know. It's like
He feels like if you took like the loincloth off of He-Man, they were
Yeah.
like, he
yeah.
doesn't need that.
Or
And when he was on the TV show, they like blurred it out.
if you rubbed the paint too hard on your action figure, that would be the Flesh. So
Yeah.
So Dig, all right. Me and my buddy Calvert, we're like, oh my god.
Just Calvert.
Yeah. At this point in time, we're probably like 12 or 13. Okay. We're a little bit older. He's got a younger brother. David and his parents were very cool. It's not like they had a dad that was like an asshole. It's not like they had these crazy ultra conservative parents. Dave was into like different types of dolls than us. Okay. So Dave had a couple of fucking Barbies back in the day. And me and Justin, like, god damn it. All right. So
What happened?
Justin's dad's VHS handycam upstairs at his dad's house.
Oh my gosh.
So,
I think I know where this
Me
is going.
too. I could just guess.
no. I don't think you guys can. I really don't think you guys can.
Oh, okay.
So what we ended up doing was we were shooting like a news segment where a meteor came down and crash landed on Barbie as she was sunbathing. Okay, so it was like we were doing a news show, and Justin was the anchor. I was shooting Justin as the news anchor, and then all of our reenactments would be like with the toys. And we thought it would be really funny if Barbie was like naked sunbathing. So we're used to television at the time where they would put like a dot over it instead of just a blur. It would
they
black
did used to do
dots
that.
over things. So we took a fucking ink pen and we just scribbled, made a black dot, and then we taped it to Barbie's nipples and to like her vagine. We shot our news segment, and then we put David's toys back, right? Well, fucking the next morning is when the shit hit the fan. Justin's dad comes out to like the breakfast table. I was hanging out there overnight. It was a sleepover. And he slaps his Barbie doll down on the table and he's like, boys, why does Barbie have nipples and pubic hair? What is going on?
Oh.
What are you guys doing? What is your problem?
And little did he know you were trying to censor.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was so innocent. Yeah.
and then we had to go back and show him our stupid little like news thing that we did. And we were like 12 or 13. We were like 12.
Right, so you weren't even like thinking, yeah.
No, I mean, look, we'd seen a lot of movies at that.
They were thinking. They had
I was trying to like, I don't know.
And I
you guys had the best intentions.
I immediately think that's why Justin's dad was like, okay, I know what you guys are watching, you perverted kids. Like, don't do this.
You already
Don't do
found
this
that
to your young
it's
brother's
hidden.
toys.
It just kinda-
Don't do this to David's toys. He's too young for this. And
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
but then we had to show him, our stupid like news thing, and he was like, "You understand where I'm coming from, and you understand who you two are." And we were like, "Yeah, we get it." And he's like, "So it's not a far reach." And it wasn't, but I'll never forget. He slapped that fucking doll down on the table, and I was like, "What is going on?"
Can I tell a funny? I'm sorry, no. Can I tell a funny like dad and toy story? It's like a little off topic, but
No,
yeah.
nope, you don't get.
No, okay, then I won't. Okay.
Everybody
so
else does, not you. Yes, of
not
course.
me.
Nicole.
Okay.
Tell us.
All right, then I'll just be quiet. No, so we have like growing up, Italian Americans call them zorkas. They're just like little gnomes, like garden gnomes you put in your backyard. So we had 3, and I named them Joe, Joey, and Joseph. And I was like, yeah, they like come alive at night. I was like a kid, and I was like, all you have to do is feed them. So my friend and I mixed like oatmeal with like dirt and like all this like weird stuff, and like I placed it in front of Joe, Joey, and Joseph. That way they could eat it and come alive at night. And later I like hear my dad from the other room, and he's like, "Oh my god, I think a cat vomited all over." I swear to God.
That's hysterical.
And I was like, little like young Nicole's like, no, Dad, that's like their food, so they can like come alive at night. And this poor guy, I'd be like, oh, okay.
He has like go hose them off.
right, okay.
I can see your dad being like, well, then tell them to put it in their mouth and not on their face.
Like, why are you putting it on my garden?
Sloppy eating gnomes. Zorkas. Like, fucking.
But like that's why I love KABLAM, because the skits they do are shit like that, or like what you did with Justin. I mean, that's what they did as a show.
Yeah, good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, good point. Like there's like she's like, oh, what was it?
So
It was aliens. Aliens came to visit. This show loved aliens. Aliens came to visit Action League now, and Thunder Girl was like, well, this is a juicer. You just put a carrot in there and you juice.
And they just fuck up all the aliens, and they're like, humans are terrible. We're gonna invade
like, you're
now.
right. It's exactly like if I was just like, a kid and, just like playing around the kitchen or whatever. Yeah.
They did a, and not just like, I want to say there's like throughout the run of show, they do touch on aliens like so many times.
Yes.
And
Loopy too. And for some reason in Loopy, do you notice that all the aliens sound like they're from New Zealand?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. they all have that like Aussie, New Zealandy sort of accent to them. Very funny. I also in Loopy, it's not just that, but it's like these alternate realities, and you look at like imagination, like as a kid, and like Loopy's imagination is bananas. Like her reality is insane. What is it in like? I guess it's maybe like the 3rd or 4th episode. She has a goldfish, right? Like that's in season. I think that's in season 1. Do you know what I'm talking about? And the goldfish dies right at the beginning of it, and then her mother's like, "Well, now you got to flush it down the toilet." And Loopy's like,
right.
"Why do you flush it down?" She's petrified. Oh, well, that's where goldfish heaven is. You know what I mean? And then at night, she dresses up like a goldfish and jumps into the toilet and finds goldfish heaven. And her parents think that she's wetting the bed. But she's like, no, I'm not wet in the bed. I am wet when I get in the bed because I went to visit my goldfish.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
And it's like, it's shit like that to me that's just, like, this show celebrates in so many ways, like real imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, I feel like it's like a kid show, like that's like, without being too much, I mean, it's a kid show, but like without feeling like it's like this throw in your face kid show. It's just imagination, and what it's like to just be a kid and do this kind of shit. And to
sort of run amok a little bit, right? Like
yeah.
And the 2 hosts are tremendous as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
June and
they got their Yeti sidekick that always cut off to you.
Yes. But June and Henry, I love the fact that she calls him Henroyd. Like,
Ah, that is funny. I didn't even. Yeah, that is funny.
Henroyd is wonderful, and that's how you know this isn't just for children, because like you can see like a teenager or a kid in their 20s, you know, tuning into cartoons, stoned on the couch in their college dorm, laughing their balls off at Henroyd. Every time I heard it, I get.
That's why I was surprised you didn't watch this in your college dorm, because this would have been around airing when
Well,
Cat
see,
Dog was
that's
on.
the thing. So Cat Dog's like 98, right? This, I think, started in like 95, 96.
96 to 99, so
It would have been on, but at the same time, it also started 2 years into its run while I was still at my folks' house. You know what I mean? So I would have
Oh,
missed
and
years of it. Cat Dog was brand new. I had no
Okay.
idea about KABLAM, no clue about this, but the Action League guys were familiar to me. That was very familiar to me.
Like I said, McDonald's literally had toys at a certain point, so I guess there had been a point where it was just
I think
everywhere.
they
By
had
the
You know,
way,
for at least like a year or two, most of it just been like Action League now, shit kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
quick
You know?
aside, Dwayne Steeler's here. Dwayne
Yay!
Steeler,
Hey.
Whiplash Maniac says, "Hello, my Toonsters Maniacs." Very sweet, Dwayne. We love you.
Yeah,
Always
we love
awesome, to have you in the chat there. That's awesome. But
But yeah, but so you guys catch. So there's a couple of other segments that came on kind of later, and some of them are shorter. Like there was the weirdest one that I remember. Because talking about cartoons not really kind of made for kids. There's one called Lava. You
I
oh
don't
see
darn,
that?
know
you
that I
know,
caught
I
like a-
must have.
lava. No.
It's I only saw it once, and it's super weird. So like, it's the beginning of it. It's like two segments. It opens up with a silhouette of a wolf, like howling to the moon, and it just goes on for like a minute or two. He's just howling to the moon. Suddenly, this like ball rolls up next to him, and you realize the ball is like a bomb. You know, like the old school one where it's like a ball with like
Oh
the
wow,
thing.
yes.
That's like
yes, wow, yeah.
So the wolf is like barking at the moon, and then he notices it, and then he starts like chewing on the ball like a normal dog, and then it just slowly pans out so it gets to an extreme wide, and then the bomb just explodes, and then it's over.
I think isn't that the one that's like a French animation? I saw like something. Is like it looked like the old style like wolf, the like the mask likes to transform in the movie, right? The like long face.
I
cartoon wolf.
remember, you know what? I remember that a bit. Because like it's funny when the wolf like howled, Mo looked over at the TV, so I remember that, but I can't remember any other.
Because there's also a second segment to it where there's like this like giant there's like it starts off with a frog, and he's like looks really small, and this lizard is getting closer to the frog, and as it gets super close up on the lizard, you see his paws, you see him like licking his lips, and the frog is just chilling, just being a frog, and it's getting more intense. Lizard's getting closer, and then when we get up to the frog is actually like gigantic, and the frog jumps over and squashes the lizard, and like it ends.
Wow, lava. Huh. Gotta check that one out.
It was so weird, and then that was it. It was over. It was those two segments, and I was like, "What the hell was that?"
So when I was a kid, I had a recurring dream about a giant frog that would follow me and my buddies, right? And like
Wow.
I've had two or three like recurring dreams over the course of my life. One is a flat out fucking nightmare, but like so this frog. Me and my buddies would be creek stomping back behind my dad's house. So where we shot weird deer.
Wait, what's stomping?
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Can you,
awesome. What is that?
So creek stomping
Can you
just
explain that?
means like if you're from the country, Rives Elliott in the chat would know because he's from the backwoods. He understands. But it's
very
basically where you just find a creek and you follow the creek. And you kind of stomp around in the creek. You fucking go up one side of it, down the other side. You traverse it. You see what kind of wildlife's out there. You take your pellet gun. You explore, and like life is good, right? It's always creek stomping. But anyway, me and my buddies would be out there. There was a little creek behind my dad's house, and if you followed it, it would take you straight into City Lake. So and Nicole, not so much. James, you would probably remember this from where, dear? In the woods at my dad's house. You know that little creek that was beside it? In these woods.
I
Right,
wasn't there
yeah.
yet, right?
yeah. Right beside dad's house was that creek. You would follow it, and then it would take us to City Lake, where we were shooting all of like the Cyrus stuff, where we saw the turkey, duck, goose thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Took us straight
yeah.
to there. So me, Calvert, my buddy Van, Matthew, stomped that and fucking then back to the house. Anyway, long story short, or long story desperately long, I fucking went to, I would have this dream, and we'd be out in the creek, and we'd be going, but the woods would just keep getting bigger and bigger. And it's like, if you look at it naturally, it's just a field beyond my house. But the woods would keep going, and then at some point, a giant fucking frog would start hopping behind us from a distance. So this frog would come, and then
That's
slowly
adorable.
but surely, it would start smashing all of my buddies. Like it would land on one, splat. Would land on another one, splat. Until
Aw.
like I'm the last one, and then I would always wake up just as this fucking thing's gut and legs are coming like right down on me. It's fucking nuts.
Well, I guess I'm glad you didn't see this
It
short
would have
then,
been
because
terrifying.
that's exactly.
It would have been absolutely like traumatizing. But this is a horrible dream, and I would have it like, I think the first time I had it, it was about maybe 10. And then the last time I remember having the frog dream, it was right around high school graduation, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
wait. Did this really happen?
I guess I gotta
Wait,
figure out
no,
what-
this is a dream?
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah.
Sorry, okay.
No,
I don't think giant frogs exist in
Giant
real
frogs.
life.
Yeah, not
Would
anymore.
little frogs join your crew or no?
no. Well, I mean, there were absolutely little frogs, little salamanders, all that stuff inside, the creek. A bunch of crawfish, that kind of shit, all of that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so have you guys seen My Octopus Teacher? One best Oscar documentary a couple years ago.
No.
Beautiful movie. Anyway, I pictured you and your friends like befriending these little frogs in the world. My bad. I was like, that is a beautiful story.
Ben was terrified.
Yeah. Sorry, I totally. Anyway, gotcha.
Yeah, but why I love that frog short, because it's so perfect. Because it's just, I don't know, the way they fuck with you with perspective and the twist at the end, it's great. But I said I only saw it once. I never saw that short segment again. The other segment that I actually enjoyed, that it kind of came later, it's so fucking random, but it's called, do you guys see Race Rabbit?
Race
No, my
Rabbit.
gosh, I somehow missed so many.
It's like in the last season. They kind of, it's like kind of live action, but they have like a rabbit that's just like in a fake car or whatever, and he has like dialogue, and he's like this super. It's like James Bond meets like Mission Impossible with like Knight Rider. He's got like his like talking car and shit like that. And there's like the two bad guys who are always trying to like blow him up on the race. And they got oh wait, I have the dudes. They have like a news anchor. I have his name. I wrote down
Nice.
right here. Oh, the news anchor's name is Gabby McShelton. So
That is silly.
he's like, Gabby McShelton a lot here.
That's a perfect name for a news anchor, like in all honesty.
And then, some like army general will call and be like, Race Rabbit, we need your help. We gotta save, this thing's in trouble, blah 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 blah. But Race Rabbit has to like save the day and finish the race and stop these goons that are trying to blow him up. It's great. Yeah. Race Rabbit. And there's another weird one. I only saw once. I think it's called like something like Inside This Girl's Head, or like Inside a Girl's Head. You guys see that
You
one?
know,
It's like drawn.
no, I
super
can't believe
weird,
what
too.
season. So I like started at season 3 because of the Seinfeld things we've said where things get great at season 3. So I start there. What?
It is later. It's like season 3 or
So I
season
guess I was
4.
like only watching 3 and then like whatever episodes y'all recommended from the other seasons. Sorry, yeah, no, I missed that.
It's pretty interesting. Like, it's just about like this girl's, I guess, kind of anxiety, but then it's like the way it's drawn is like, it's like you start off in your face, and then it's like it's all these like crazy like line. It's like they're like real kids like talking to each other, but it's like you're just drawing away the perspective change with the lines and how they kind of like move and form around each other. It's pretty interesting. Like, there's no real background. It's all like weird textures.
That
and
sounds like
stuff.
something. I mean, I don't know. I have an anxiety disorder. I feel like that'd be like awesome to check out. I don't know. What was the name of that one you said?
So like inside a girl's head or inside this girl's head or
That's
something
really
like that.
cool. That's really cool that Nickelodeon was like airing that.
That's why I think KABLAM is so fucking awesome. And I don't think it'll ever exist again because of that. This show feels so creative driven. So like we just want to. I feel like Nickelodeon. I guess we're just going through a certain. I feel like a lot of cartoons were kind of like creators kind of make shit. But this show in particular just feels like, hey, here's some money. You guys just make the most entertaining shit you can for kids that are also like and artsy and also inspiring.
Yes.
You know, that show exists now, kind of. Is Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah.
Well,
with more money.
you know, you're not wrong.
But I mean, like, as like a kid show though, and like the way that like, because I mean, like, not that like I really ever thought about it this way, but rewatching it, I mean, I feel like I kind of credit like almost like my career path from watching this show.
Specifically KABLAM.
It was.
I mean, there's no way. Sorry, no, go on, James. Go on.
Because they get super meta all the time. They're always talking. This episode, there's like a writer's strike, and like, and then just like the creativity with I said even Action Now, just people with toys and like the way they would build sets. There's like I said earlier, like the painting on the fridge where just the kids drawing. It's like using what you have around you to make something, and not every kid show needs to be the way that like Justice League was and Batman.
Yeah, there was like.
But I'm saying like, oh, sorry.
No. Well, sorry. Let me. Yeah, and then let me get this out quickly. So I recently mentioned like Nick at Night, and there was like Snick, which was like Saturdays at Nick, and like I talked about this last week, but like there was like something about the Nickelodeon blocks of like All That, The Amanda Show, Keenan and Kel, KABLAM, I mean Rugrats, Hey Arnold. It was like smart and funny. Like James, like I mean, we talk about this all the time, but you and I were born, a year apart. And I feel like so many people in like our age group are that way, where they're like smart and funny. Like, sorry, like I don't know, like, I feel like I'll speak. No.
Gen Xer, I just want to say your generation is neither smart nor funny.
I have to say, let me jump in. Fair enough, Gen X. Cool. No, like really though, like when there are a lot of things I like don't love about growing up on Long Island, but I hung out with so many smart people and so many funny people, I have to say. Like, I don't know, James, if you feel that way.
I mean, I wouldn't say I hung out with a lot of smart people, but it felt like this show makes me does feel like it was hanging out with my friends where we would just bring our fucking toys together and play Beyblades and then like throw shit against a fence.
James, you're smart. You're humble, and I'm gonna be the one to say you're smart. But anyway.
Well, thanks, I guess, Nicole. But yeah, but like, I wish that like when I see, I mean, I guess today is like I don't even know. I guess we're too old to even know what kids' cartoons even like today. But I feel like there's just nothing that's gonna be like this that's really gonna exist. I feel like today, especially with animation, it's like here's a kids thing and here's a thing for adults, or here like there's no like real. Everything just feels more marketed and like I guess more corporatized. I guess I don't know the right word for it, but it just doesn't feel like this, where it just feels like it kind of existed to be fun and just like the kids to be excited to watch it and play with their toys while they're watching.
Like quite literally, let's throw shit at a wall and see what sticks, right? Like basically.
Did you guys watch the episode where they get the new director? And again, I know this is like out of left field, but
that sounds very funny though.
There's a reason. There was a crossover in it that I thought was interesting because I knew it to be NBC, and I think that they would have to get the rights to clear the character use and then the show name. It's I want to say season 3, either season 2 or season 3. It's somewhere in there. But they get a new director because the show's going like off the rails or it's getting picked up. Turns out this guy just got off of Saved by the Bell, the college years.
Yes.
And he was
not even the college years. It was like the next. He was like from marketing of 2 to 11. Or like
right. And but like he was Screech's guy. He was like, you know what I mean? He
Yeah.
kept referencing Screech, and like Henry and June to get their show back at the end of it. What is it? Henroyd goes out and he fucking fakes his Screech voice, and then this guy is so quick to jump back on the Saved by the Bell fucking bandwagon that he just abandons directing the show. They've got their show back, but there's a thing that I noticed throughout this too, and not every episode does it, but some do it, and I thought it was fascinating. Sometimes there's a through line that hits each of the cartoons as well.
Really? Yeah.
Like what?
Like aliens in particular, and not just like Prometheus and Bob are aliens, but there was one. I want to say it's the episode where Action League Now is doing the what is it? The juicing bit, right? And the aliens come. I want to say the Loopy in that is also an alien-based cartoon. And if I remember correctly, the wraparound with Henry and June in that is based on aliens also. Like, so on occasion there would be thematic shows, at least in what I saw, at least if
Oh, that's cool. I didn't really
I could
that,
be
but yeah,
spaced out
I mean,
entirely too.
Leo, were you gonna say
James
something?
and Ben. Oh, what? So, what?
Were you gonna say something before when I cut you off? And I don't know if you remember it.
Oh, I forgot already. I have a.
As you cut him off, he
I
was
was like,
just about
let me
to
cut
say
you off again in case you have something else to say. Yeah.
So on Married with Children, who exactly is Robbie Bennett? Do you guys know?
Hang on, I have to look him up.
I have no idea who Robbie Bennett is. I guess a writer, I'm assuming.
No, he's a character because he's a hemorrhoid.
Character is that an actor name?
No, that's the character name. That's the actor that like this character is the actor that did Henry on KABLAM. He did like a bunch of stuff. He was also always with Ryan Johnson's movies. He was a knife shot.
The actor's name?
The actor name is Noah Segan.
Fuck. I have no idea who that is, but I mean, that's cool.
I just saw
I have
like
no
it
idea
was
who
like a character you guys would know.
Oh, I
So,
recognize this guy.
Other show.
Yeah, I recognize this guy.
Wait,
Yeah.
his name is Robbie Bennett, or his name is
No, and Married with Children, the character name is Robbie Bennett.
okay, but what's the actor's name?
It's Noah Segan.
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't look up the actors at all on this. But, I mean, they do got like random, and they're not even like real celebrity cameos, just like random celebrity cameos. I mean, in Action Now, like Schwarzenegger shows up as like an action figure.
Wow.
But was
And
really
again,
him?
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
because I was
But,
like, that was like a really bad impression.
But
to
they call him
be-
Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're just like, here's Schwarzenegger. Then they
It
got
was
like
just
John
Stallone was there,
Stamos
too.
one episode as like a security guard.
Misha
who?
Barton was in
What?
the cast.
I don't know who that is either.
What I was saying, like about the Love, Death, and Robots is because like a bunch of different companies having different animation kind of way to make something, and in a way it's kind of this because it's not like the same person did everything. They have a bunch of different, like I'm pretty sure the Wolf one you're talking about, it's like a French one that I was seeing something that they had legal problems with that they had to take some stuff out because of I don't know, like ownership and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, they have different, like there was one segment that was like the same director from Rocco Amado's Family, so you can kind of see like the vibe. There's like
Okay,
a bunch of like different. I think the guy that did, what was the show with the ferrets that was like a bad Angry Beaver? I think he only did 3 seasons, not 4, because the creator went to something else. So they have a bunch of different groups doing different cartoons. That's why I was like kind of like, not because the style is exactly the same or like, but the Love, Death, and Robots is kind of like this. Like you have someone overseas and then like.
That's what I was saying to you. Also, like Liquid Television, because I'm pretty sure that was going on the same time as this on MTV.
I mean, the 90s, early aughts, probably.
What, liquid television?
You have
Yeah, definitely. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just feels like, the kid answer to that. Which is also why I miss liquid television. I wish more things just existed like that. I guess Love, Death and Robots is doing it.
But that's
more
like longer form too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like also like a lot of it's a lot of great artists, but it's also, that there's a lot of money there. You know what I'm saying? But with this, it felt like, we don't have nothing, but we're gonna make the coolest fucking kid show.
So I think
ever.
there's a big existence of sketch comedy, especially over the last few years, like particularly with I Think You Should Leave, if you all watch that.
That's like the best sketch comedy
It's so
show
funny,
out
and
there.
season 2 was so good. Like season 1 I was lukewarm on, season 2 is great. And then there's even
Which one?
I Think You Should Leave.
KABLAM?
I Think You Should Leave.
Oh, is that? You want me to go right now?
Oh my god!
No.
I'm just saying, like, as far as like sketch comedy and I guess adulthood goes, that does exist. And it's older, but we mentioned Portlandia. There's that. But yeah, if there was a sketch comedy, wait, what was that show? The Poloni show? It's kind of that.
Yeah, that's a good.
But obviously, that's not happening. That's not happening
very
again.
Good. Yeah.
There is space for an animated sketch comedy show, and now's the time because we all love I Think You Should Leave, so why not?
And I love. I guess we gotta.
Actually,
I really don't know that one.
Well, Animals was the same animation throughout, but
But they had a story.
Yeah,
Like they all connect somehow. Because they had like always that background thing that at the end put them together with the mayor.
I guess I'm trying to think if there's any. Yeah. There's space for an animated sketch comedy show. Wherever you are, make it out there in the world.
Make it happen. Yeah, make it artist driven too. Make sure it's the creative voices there.
Yeah.
Too.
I never watched KABLAM growing up, but like when I got my first camera, there was a Cybershot, and I had like a memory card that was 16 megabytes, so I could film like a lot of seconds. Like one of the first stuff, even before I even learned how to edit on Movie Maker, because I didn't even know Movie Maker was a thing.
Movie Maker.
I actually have I need to find, but I have a bunch of videos of me doing kind of like the whole Action League kind of style, like me with my toy,
that's awesome.
talking and then doing like interviews and I don't know, it's like a bunch of stuff.
Did you throw that stuff? Did you like chuck it at the wall?
I don't think I did that, but like I did like big mannequins kind of looking person to throw out of the window, but that was for like live action kind of videos I was making. But it was so like I had no idea how to do stuff on a computer that I had to type my titles and everything on Word and print and then film, because I didn't know how to edit yet to make like so yeah.
No, that's great. So I guess right now is a good time. So Leo, do you got anything? What are you gonna give this show? You got anything you want to say about it?
Honestly, I like Bermudez and Bob. Period.
Oh, interesting.
I don't
What are you
know.
giving it?
The rest was like pulling kind of teeth. I don't know.
I'm sorry you didn't have fun as a child, Leo.
It's fine. I grew up in Brazil.
Wow, James, that's it. Just hitting hard and below the belt.
Like we didn't have like fancy cartoons to be watching. We have to be on the street, make our own games. But fine.
Right. That's why Leo is still the most fit of all of us, is because he had an active youth wherein he was not plopped in front of a television as a child.
I was gonna say that's why I love this show. The amount of cartoons I watched as a kid, probably should have been doing other things.
What do you get in this show, Nicole? What are your final thoughts? You got any favorites?
As someone who was raised by television in a sense, yeah, I'm giving this a success. Like I said, I mean, I won't speak for myself, but I'll speak for James and people like, millennials that I think are funny and smart. I think
Generation
they
is
have.
neither funny nor smart.
That's
Old
not.
people will tell you that. Old people will say it, and they are correct.
No, they're wrong because you know
Ben,
what?
are you really Gen X? Because like I feel like you're right in a border.
So,
Right?
so if you really want to look at it from that lens, yes, I am Gen X. I was born in 1980. There is a school of thought that it's like 70. There's like a micro generation that's like, I want to say it's like 76 to like 84, 85. That's like the Xennials, which is it's this hybrid sort of cross generation. And I could see myself fitting into that if I was like, if I was a few years younger. But no, I hardcore claim Gen X. I hate the world around me. I'm very apathetic. I don't.
I just saw like millennials start at 81, so you dodged the
Yeah,
bullet.
look up Xennials because it's one of those micro generations. But yeah.
I don't want to look that because I feel like porn gonna
No,
pop.
no, no, I'll find it
No,
for you.
there's a way to be on the internet without porn. Trust me, I do it all the time.
Oh, dude,
No, because
how can you?
I don't know. I just like I don't know. There are so many hours of the day. I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah, what are your last thoughts on this? What do you,
Yeah.
what do you guys say, Nicole?
I was gonna say something defending millennials, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be that person.
Please do it. Come on.
Fine, quickly, and then I'll move back to the show.
They're
Is that
smart and funny. They're smart and funny.
well,
Okay.
no, because
Like,
you know how people say like millennials are lazy. I would argue that they're not lazy. They just know their worth.
so, do you know what I
Oh.
heard recently? And I'll tell you the truth. This is 100% truth. So millennials were getting shit on for like the longest amount of time, and then
Yep.
now that millennials are slightly older, there's a churn that has happened wherein they are shitting all over Gen Z. It's the same thing. It's
Okay.
they're lazy. They have everything at their hands. But the problem is, and I'll send you a podcast offline about it because
Okay.
it's exceptional. It's a show that I listen to called The Illuminati, and she's an
Fitting.
amazing podcaster. She's really really rad, but she talks a lot about some of this stuff. And what happens is it's literally like every generation shits on the next one. And the reason they shit on the next one is because, do they have it easier? Yes. Is their lifestyle different? Yes. Why is it easier? Because technology has advanced, because life has changed, because your ability to access things and the previous generation's ability to adapt and keep up sometimes does not fit. So yeah, of course, the generation before you, my dad's generation looks at my group, and it doesn't mean that we're not hardworking. It doesn't mean that we don't put in. It doesn't mean that we have bad attitudes. It means the world around us has changed.
I have two things to add to that. One, this is a relief because I had heard that Gen X and Gen Z were bonding over their hatred of millennials. So this is a relief. Where like the
Oh, there is
younger
some of that
generation was
too,
like,
yeah.
yeah, they are terrible. Absolutely. We're not them. But I had something else to say and I blanked out. Oh, I would have it no other way. I am proud to be a millennial where I grew up in a time where I remember being a kid and not having the internet. And I remember being a kid and having the internet. I had it both ways as a child. And KABLAM,
It sounds filthy when you say it that way, Nicole.
wait, what did I say? I don't even know.
You said you had it both ways as a
Can we all
child.
just
What the
agree
hell?
that we all hate boomers?
Yeah, that's a good idea. So when but really, like, as a kid, Nickelodeon cartoons were everything to me, and I feel like this shaped my sense of humor and like who I am. So yeah, KABLAM is a success. Like, thank you, KABLAM, for being funny. Whatever.
Hell yeah. What about you, Ben?
I mean,
What are you giving the show?
for a thing I'd never seen before, I love the format. I think I like the idea of having host take you through the different things is wonderful. The cartoons that I saw throughout, there were some that could come and go. I did like a couple of the early Sniz and Fondues. I thought those were okay. particularly the one where Fondue's the bigger one, right? Like the taller one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the chef hats.
Yeah, with the chef hat.
Obviously.
So yeah, because Fondue is okay. So I liked the one where they had to teach Sniz how to tell time, and he wrote on his head at night, "Do not tell me the time." And then he has to go because he wants to go hot air ballooning at 10 a.m. And the guy freaks out, and then he ends up jumping off a building, and now he's hanging off the clock tower, and that's how he figures out it's 10:30. Like is when he drops onto the cuckoo and
there's a good one too where they try to win like 10 grand, and then like the little guy like fucks over them on the radio, and then they borrowed a quarter from like a mobster,
and he comes back with his
like,
interest. Yes, you owe me $256.
Like
Yeah.
$5.
The other one that I really liked of that was when Sniz teaches Fondue how to break into, or not break into, but like theater hop in a movie. They'd seen a movie, he was unhappy with it, he didn't feel he got his money's worth, so he snuck into the theater to see the next one. And Fondue's so scared he keeps getting he keeps getting like caught, and they both get booted. So it had its highs and lows. Some of the later ones I didn't. I didn't really see some of the like shorter lived things, and I didn't care for a couple of them. But between the wraparounds, Prometheus and Bob, and then Action League now, I mean, I would say a success. Sure. Success.
Yeah, I mean, I said I'm gonna give
success.
it
Success.
I said, I mean, I said I grew up with this show. The show shaped a lot of me, and like on a show about action figures, superheroes. That's like I was already doing that in my room to then now get to also watch it on TV. Incredible. But I love it too because I said earlier, man, it feels like you're just artist driven and just people who are just trying to. Because obviously the show's super low budget, so it's like having no money, making this super fun kid show. And being super meta about it too. I said there's a scene where there's like I think it's like the first or second episode where they're talking about the writers, and the writers just are like getting whipped by someone in the studio.
Oh my gosh, that's so meta. That's amazing.
So that's why, yeah. So this show has that for me for sure. So I love it. I'm gonna give it a
success,
and I can watch Action League now forever. Yep. I mean, my favorite episode was there's a one where a ninja breaks in and he has like a rivalry with Stinky Diver, and he tries to he throws like a star at Stinky Divers, and then Stinky Diver has to go learn kung fu. and then they come back and they're just like, this is the ancient Chinese village, and it's just like just a couple of I don't know, they were just on a table and they just like made like a bunch of fake houses with like paper and stuff, and they had like, and then him and Stinky Diver had a full kung fu off. It was
I remember that one.
So yeah.
Success.
For sure. Ben, do we got any emails? Or actually, I don't think we do.
I mean, we do.
We have
one, but it also comes with a video that I think you're going to post at the end of this. Yeah, you should put at the end of it. Why not? So
wait. So thanks for sending us the video, Ben. Yeah,
we can't play it here, but it will be up when this comes out on Saturday. Once we make James edit before he puts up what was live tonight.
Thank you, James.
So Benjamin Terry says, "Hey guys, it's been a minute. While I was plugging away on Where Dear, this strange video message was sent to me. I think it's for your show. Enjoy, love, Ben Terry." So Terry sent us a video, and I think it has something to do with him apologizing for insulting the format of our show, or further expounding on
just trying to further change our format.
why he suggested it and wants a format change, or he wants an anime included on the show, which I think you have been resolute in suggesting shall never happen.
Yeah. But you know what we do have today? We got good old Joshua to tell us what's good.
You youngsters need to learn what's good.
Hey, Toonular, it's Joshua from Hara Depot. Nice kablamming. I love it. I used to love that show. I would get so messed up and watch that show. It was ridiculous. Hey, why don't you do Roughnecks? That's the Starship Troopers. That was really good cartoon.
I do love Starship
It was
Troopers.
digital, but it was still really good. There was 4 campaigns, I believe. Awesome stuff. Lots of bugs, lots of gore, and made for little kids, oddly enough. You should show that and then review it. Love you guys.
No.
Well, we love
Love
you,
you,
too,
Joshua. Thank you. Oh my god.
Joshua.
You youngsters need to You know learn what I what's like good. about that Joshua Dolan? Can I just say it real quick? Give me
Please
a
say it
second.
for as long
Yeah,
as you
we
want.
I'll tell you what I love about him. He contributes to the show. He makes wonderful suggestions, and never once has he tried to change the format of our show.
Very true. He just tries to
He
make us
was,
watch
he was
stuff.
really, that was a really good one because he was like, "Why don't you guys watch Red Knight?" That made me laugh, Joshua.
Roughnecks, I think it is, right?
Roughnecks,
I think it was. Apparently it's based off Starship Troopers, which I fucking love Starship Troopers. Didn't know there was some animated show connected to it. So
You know what my
I'm
favorite
happy.
part of Starship Troopers is?
the
Yeah.
naked shower
Yeah,
scene.
it's the co-ed showers.
And you know the story how the whole crew had to get naked.
Well,
to shoot
yeah,
that
if
scene.
everybody's I mean, we're all naked. We're shooting a naked. It's co-ed naked shower.
Are you being serious?
Deadly
the crew
serious.
too?
Yeah,
Why did the crew?
yeah, the crew, because one of the actresses didn't she didn't feel comfortable. So they were like, all right, everyone will just get naked. So the whole crew, everyone, the DP, the director, everyone, including all the actors, because it was a big scene, big co-ed shower scene. So everybody that day when they shot that scene was just naked.
I don't know how I feel about that. That's
Oh.
interesting.
If that's the crazy part of it, right? Is like you don't know how to feel about it because number one, you're at work, right? Like
Right.
number one, you're at work. Some people's job that day is to be naked, but not everybody's job that day is to be
Right.
naked.
And also, if like, let's say, I'm nude in a scene, I don't know. If I want everyone to be nude on set, that's a lot.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah, I feel like if I'm
positive
an
on
actor
the
being
Starship
naked on
Troopers.
the scene, I don't want the whole crew to be on diapers.
Let's ask. There are people we can ask how they feel about the crew being in diapers, Leo.
Oh my god! I cannot. You guys crack me up. Oh my god. Oh wait, Reeves said, I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial. You forgot handsome. That's true. Millennials are also handsome. Me, James, and Reeves
All
are
right.
handsome
So
millennials.
I just have another question. What is next week?
Next week, actually, next week's kind of a big episode.
Oh no.
So, for one, is going to be my birthday episode.
Nice.
Because
Wow!
it's going to air the day before my birthday. So I'll be basically 30 years old.
You need to do
When we
Rocket
do
Power for your
episode.
birthday because kickflips.
Well, we've taken a break from guests for a while. For just got crazy. We decided we're going to take a break. And there was one person, I was like, he's been trying to come on the show since we started. And I was like, when we get guests back, I promise you're the first guest. I promise. So luckily, he's having to come in to New York this week. So we got Bjarni, Showman Bjarni coming on
Hell
the show.
yeah.
That's an Icelander.
Yeah.
Look at this international guest.
He's going to be hanging out with us. And we're also going to be a little bit weird, too. Because I don't think we've done this before. But we're actually going to talk about a very specific episode of a show. Which I don't think we've done before.
Wait,
Right?
what?
Talking about just one episode of one show. I don't think we've done
One
something like that
episode
before,
of
right?
one show.
Well,
Maybe
you and,
not.
You and Connor did that, but fair. Like that
Yeah.
we have
watch-
not.
We
So-
did Chirpy.
But that's
Yeah.
the short film. But what we're going to talk about, because we did talk about Justice League Unlimited a while ago, but there's one episode in particular called Epilogue, which, because it's my birthday, we're talking about a Batman episode.
Okay.
And this is like the greatest Batman episode ever.
Which
And,
one is
yeah,
that
we
one
just got-
again?
I don't want to just spoil the whole
Like,
episode. but it's like-
no, it's just the
It's all-
beginning
you-
because I watched that show like 1,000 times, but by the name,
it stands alone as its own thing because it's actually kind of like an ending for Batman Beyond. So it starts off like in the future.
Oh,
and-
okay.
and like Terry McGinnis is like almost like 40 or whatever. And Batman's like 90 something years old or whatever. But then it also goes back in time and it shows this incredible importance of what makes Batman so amazing and what makes him so important. And it's also, one of the best, obviously I've been wanting to do it since Kevin Conroy died too. So it's like just the perfect Kevin Conroy Batman, an amazing Batman story. Bjarne was into it. He was down. He was like, I love that episode. So it's called, I should say the name of the episode, right? It's called Epilogue on Justice League Unlimited season 2.
Well, Bjarne's
Okay.
he's a big comic book guy anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. And well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he worked for Marvel.
Oh,
so I guess
cool.
If memory serves, he was doing like Icelandic translations of like the Hulk and a bunch of different Marvel titles. If
Oh, wow, what a
memory
cool
serves.
person.
Yeah,
It's
Wow.
awesome.
I really love. So
he's okay. He's okay.
He's no, well, like, I mean, I've never met the guy. What I do know is that he's in Shakespeare Shitstorm, and he has one of my favorite scenes in the movie with Amanda Flowers. That's all I'll say.
We'll definitely talk about it. And I said I haven't seen him since Shitstorm. So it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, awesome just hanging out with him too and catching up. So it's gonna be a good episode. And birthday episode, and we're talking about Batman.
What
And
a
we got
life you
Bjarne.
lead. Seriously.
Yeah.
Birthday Bjarne Batman.
Whoa,
3 B's.
Whoa, 4 B's.
Whoa.
Boylan's birthday, Bjarne and Batman.
Oh my gosh! If that's not a hashtag, I'll die. Boylan's birthday, Bjarne, Batman. Bat bash. Hashtag
Wow.
that.
The Boylan birthday Bjarne Batman bash.
Wow.
Nice.
You guys heard it here. Tune in live next week for the Boylan birthday Bjarne Batman bash.
Yeah, we're the best at coming up with titles here. All right, well, that's next week. Very excited for it. Hope you guys are. Ben, where can we find you at?
Same places you always can. Low key, you'll be finding me nestled up on Skype with Benjamin Terry later on in the week, looking through Where Deer to figure out where we got to make some cuts, where we got to throw some other stuff in, how we're going to fix what's broken and come out with an actual movie. Beyond that, you can find me on shit.house.productions, at shit.house.productions, on Instagram, fucking trying to shill the rest of these shirts. If anybody wants one that does not have a Curse of the Were Deer t-shirt, hit me up there, get in them DMs. I'll tell you how you can get one. And then personally, you can always find me at yarn_Yeti, living the good life.
Yeah, you're selling a lot of shit there. You got to buy some. Everyone's got to
Buy some Were
Deer
Deer shit, please. I'm broke. I have no money. I got no job. I'm broke.
Yeah, we got to start making money here in this podcast. Dwayne says that he met Kevin Conroy 21 years ago, back in 2002, and he was a really nice guy.
Aw,
I still miss him. So
that's
missed
awesome
him too,
that you
Dwayne.
met him.
So
Cool.
Yeah, I wish I met him. With Nicole, where can we find you at?
You could find me becoming a much bigger Post Malone fan than I already am. Underscore.
What are you going to?
I just I don't know. Every time I see him, it's just I feel like I fall in love again. You know what I mean? It's just my heart something out of my chest. Underscore Nicole Matarese on Instagram. I run Fantasy Shed's Twitter, fantasy_shed. I have my podcast that if you haven't listened to yet, you should feel awful about it and you should listen to it. I'm the only woman on this podcast. Listen to my solo podcast.
Listen to it.
Do it. And what else? I don't know. I got other stuff going on. Yeah.
So I was playing the song. Yeah, Leo, where can we find you at?
You can find me subscribing to Totally Tuna on YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you listen on Spotify, you can now see us, because every time Ben is trying to show something, now you can see what he's showing.
Yay!
So yeah, Ben, you can show this. We're gonna get.
Oh, okay.
Oh, whoops. No,
yeah, I don't
it's
wanna
a
get-
prop. It's
It's a
fake.
prop.
It's not.
Yeah, we need a blur.
If
I don't
we
know.
take
now.
the
I don't
head
know.
off.
I don't know if YouTube cares.
Do that. I can just shut his camera off, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Yeah, you can find me subscribing to Total Tuner. Let's start making money out of YouTube.
Yay!
And you can follow me everywhere, on the Fantasy Shed, everywhere. Keep up with all the stuff. We just dropped the new Blunt Smoker video talking about Swiss Army Man. That was a good time. Good show. I actually got really high. Stevie Lou gave us these edibles that were supposed to hit immediately. They immediately enter your bloodstream when you eat them. And I couldn't remember what movie we were watching. So go check out the podcast.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, that's awesome.
Like you get the edible and you kablam. And
exactly.
Nice.
And subscribe to the YouTube channel, live stream. We're gonna be doing this every week, and then it's gonna go down, come back Saturday morning. So keep in the loop. There's still more shit we're gonna be dropping on this YouTube. So follow, subscribe, get a little notification so you know when we're live.
Yay!